Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen today, I want to talk a little bit about Sofi Technologies Incorporated. This is ticker symbol SOFI, or Sofi for those of you who are maybe not as familiar with this company or with this stock. And so far, it's 10:35 a.m. on the East Coast, but so far today is a good day for Sofi stock. They are up 2.02%. We're at $4.54 right now. And this has been part of what's been a really, really good past 5 days for SoFi, up 5.54%. Just 5 days ago, 5 trading days ago, we were at $4.30. Obviously, still not a great year for SoFi. Nobody's really killing it on this stock just yet, but this is one where, people are looking at the bigger picture, looking at the long term or the potential in terms of growth or a rebound and all that. And obviously, SoFi is not alone. There's been tons of other stocks and just the market in general that have not really done great year to date. But hey, we're talking about today. We're up 1.99%. That's good. We take a look at the broader market. SoFi is actually outperforming the Dow Jones, outperforming the S&P. It is coming underneath the NASDAQ and Russell today. So, kind of just in the middle of all the major indices. So, maybe not as good of a day as it looks, but hey, outperforming some things, doing a little bit worse in some things. It's kind of performing in line with the market overall, which, isn't really the worst thing at the end of the day. But of course, we have plenty of news, stories, stuff to talk about. We got a couple to get into today. Thought this was kind of interesting on the SoFi stock subreddit. SoFi is a top holding for Genx. This is from Wall Street Bets. Apex FinTech Solutions says percentage of holdings within the top 100 stocks held by each generation. You have Gen Z with Tesla, Apple, AMC, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, Disney. Kind of just like the basic, pretty basic standard portfolio there. You have the millennials with Tesla, Apple, AMC, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Google. We got the boomers with Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, AMD, and Berkshire. And then we have, Gen X here in the middle between the millennials and the boomers with Tesla, Apple, Amazon, AMC, Microsoft, Nvidia, and SoFi coming in at 2.18%. Now, kind of strange, kind of interesting. I don't know. Like, SoFi is one of the smaller stocks here to even pop up on this list at all. With just juggernauts all over this list, I don't specifically understand why with Gen X specifically SoFi would be crushing it or be such a big part of their portfolios or whatever. Kind of funny, kind of interesting, but also kind of cool and shows that there are, a good percentage of people and people with money. Gen X definitely a little bit older, a little bit wealthier than, say, the Gen Z category or whatever. If you had to pick one of these, Gen X is definitely not the worst generation to be doing well in. This is good news. I think this is a good sign. And this is, again, after year to date, SoFi hasn't even been doing that great. So if things do turn around and things start picking it up, say 2023, 24, 25, whatever, I think you could expect a lot of these percentages to be increasing, especially as people start to get some gains and returns and stuff when right now the gains really aren't there. But I did think it was kind of interesting, kind of funny. Thought it was a cool Reddit post. Wanted to share it with you guys. We also have SoFi ETF assets climb above 500 million as investor inflows offset the 2022 market decline. Here you can see all the different things. SoFi Be Your Own Boss ETF, the Title ETF, SoFi Select 500, SoFi Next 500, Weekly Income ETF, Weekly Dividend, SoFi Web3, SoFi Smart Energy. And when you add everything up on the side, obviously it's mostly here in the SoFi Select, the SoFi Next, and the SoFi Weekly Income, but still altogether over 500 million, which is, it's something. We're getting there. The numbers are starting to get there. It's probably about 1 million in annual revenue, young products. So curious if they're able to gain any real traction towards them. Sadly, these are probably all negative for this year, depending on the fund and expense ratio. SoFi needs low to mid tens of millions of assets for a break even on their ETFs. Hey, we will definitely have to see how this one goes. But, the numbers are starting to climb. The numbers are starting to get up. Obviously, still very, very early days for SoFi in a lot of ways here. So, something else I want to share. Somebody asked a very, very interesting question on the subreddit today as well. Is there a succession plan at SoFi in case Noto leaves? Anthony Noto, the CEO of SoFi, and, a big reason why a lot of people are believers in this company and in this stock. In most people's opinion, he has been doing a very, very good job, very well respected in the industry community and in the investor community. Noto seems to be a lightning rod lately, and while some people think he's doing great and executing, others mock his recent Twitter participation, football tweets, SBC, stock price, dump. Noto is not a founder and wasn't involved with the company from the beginning, and despite popular opinion, he is not irreplaceable. All big companies should, as a part of good governance, have a succession plan in place, or at least have identified a few people who could possibly replace the CEO if for some reason he was forced out or left voluntarily. Let's ignore the fact for a moment that there are some Noto worshippers who will say he'll never leave. Does the board actually have a succession plan in place? Last time SoFi had a CEO depart abruptly, Chairman Tom Hutton served as interim CEO while they found and hired Noto. Tom Hutton served on SoFi's board since June 2012 and is one of SoFi's earliest investors. So that could be something to look out for. Obviously, this is, kind of, I don't really expect this to happen anytime soon, but, like they say, you need to have some plans in place. You need to have an idea. And as an investor, you should probably be aware of what some of the potential options and risks and downsides are if something this happens. Again, I don't think that really needs to factor into your thesis like all that much because, again, like I said, in the short to medium term, I do think it's pretty unlikely. But hey, something to keep in mind and something that if and when something changes, you could definitely reevaluate your investing, kind of thesis on SoFi in general, because I think it would change a lot of things. But for right now, it's just a lot of speculation and wondering, because even if this guy does step in as an interim CEO or whatever, obviously they're going to probably hire somebody in a relatively short amount of time. And I don't think there's any way to really predict who that's going to be at this point. But last thing I wanted to get into today, I did think it was kind of funny, having this little interaction with SoFi. Somebody said we're checking with our financial planners on this, but it checks out. And then F80 Jesse, he comes in and says, I'm down 80% on your stock in the last 12 months. Can you check other things with your financial planners again and maybe LMAO? This is from TikTok, apparently, which is just hilarious. People are saying he's just like me for real. Like I said, this thing down 71% year to date, down a little bit less, 68.87% in the past year. So this guy must have not got in at the best price, because he's down even more. At least he's claiming to be down even more. But yes, the people who out there are down on SoFi, you are not alone. It's most people. It's been hard, to make money on SoFi when it's down 71%. It's been hard to make money at all throughout 2022. And most things have been going down. There is definitely select portfolios or individual stocks or whatever you could be in, but most ETFs, most individual companies are not having a great year. But again, it's all about zooming out. It's all about the long term, and we'll have to see how all that goes. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then. Peace.